Welcome to Hot Seat. We are back after a little gap. We are busy with elections. Right now, we have a lot of things happening in Goa's political scene, and one major thing which we have seen is emergence of Dayanand Narvekar as an independent candidate. He is contesting on KITE symbol. Narvekar is contesting from North Goa parliamentary seat, and he left Congress party to contest this election. He formed his Goa Democratic Fund political outfit, which was already an NGO working for last few years. First question: suddenly before elections, you decide to quit Congress party. Is it because you are asking for a Congress ticket?
No, I never asked for Congress ticket. Neither I applied for one. So the record shows it otherwise. Because what happened was, somewhere around the country, the four state election which took place, showed that Congress party was rooted in all those states. Secondly, the Modi factor was becoming very large. So I decided, why should I not come back into the real political arena of Goa and fight for two things. One is finish the Modi agenda, and second was what is my position as far as Congress is concerned. Congress has blocked entry of Dayanand Narvekar even with High Command for last 5 years for no reasons whatsoever.
They are not letting you meet High Command?
Yes, that is how it is. Even a person like Oscar, whom I met before the tickets were distributed, to put a cause not to have certain limitation or certain decisions which they were taking. I wanted to tell him, I talked to him in Delhi, I went personally, I spent money, and even Oscar could not talk to madam. Can you believe this? Being a loyalist of a party for a number of years, he phoned one Ahmad Patel, who is the treasurer of the party. And he told him that Mr. Dayanand Narvekar, our senior leader, he said, yes, I know him. He wants an appointment. He says, why? He wants to meet madam. He said, no, I cannot give him appointment. Madam has already given him a ticket. I said, Oscar, if this is your position, don't tell me there is something called Mrs. Sonia Gandhi running the show. It is Ahmad Patel which is running the show. Because before that, in the last election of 2007, I have taken myself Digambar Kamath to meet madam along with Subhash Shirodkar for one specific purpose. One was that Agnel Fernandez was denied a ticket in Kalangut constituency and Joseph Sikora was getting the ticket. This was a recommendation of Madam Margaret Alova. I wanted to tell Madam that, Madam, it is not correct. He is a sitting MLA. Last time I brought him as an MLA from Bardesh in Kalangut, and I want him to be there because he has fought against the system of Manohar Parrikar. And when I went there, I pleaded with her. She said, see Mr. Narvekar, you have asked appointment for yourself and you have brought these two gentlemen with me. I don't know them. You can ask this to Subhash Shirodkar and it also to Digambar Kamath. They will not speak. You tell me. I told her, Madam, this is like this. So, Madam said, okay, I am just write it down. You go to Margaret Alva, your job is done. This is what I know about Mrs. Sonia Gandhi.
So, but when you went, you were not allowed to meet her?
No. I tried with the PS, I tried with the PA, I tried with all the channels. Finally, I landed with Oscar, a senior leader who is supposed to be loyalist of INC for a number of years. Oscar and I have worked with Rajiv Gandhi.
But was that a reason that you left Congress?
No, that was not a reason. I said that was my entry was stone blocked.
By whom?
By these people who are supposed to be the leaders of Goa, especially Digambar Kamath, could do that in Delhi. It was a surprise to me. Digambar Kamath could also change Margaret Alva as an AICC observer or General Secretary in charge of Goa. And he brought one Hari Prasad, who didn't know head and tail about the Congress in Goa. That was how it began.
Basically, you are upset with Congress,
Definitely.
not their ideologies, with people in the Congress.
People in the Congress who has stonewalled my entry back to Madam Sonia Gandhi, to my Rajiv Gandhi, and the family of Indira Gandhi.
You were not there in the scene after you lost Aldona constituency. You were not there for 2 years. You disappeared suddenly out of political scene.
Yeah, because there was a simple reason. If you are going to bark and bark and bark, nobody listens to you. There is a time when you must retrospect and see what is good for Goa. Manohar Parrikar has promised so many things which I thought he will deliver to people of Goa. So I wanted to give him a time. Right? Everybody requires that time. So Manohar Parrikar also requires a time. So I said, okay, let him have 2 years at least. Because I am out of the legislative assembly. Why should I shout?
But 2 years are enough for anyone to prove his performance.
Definitely, I have been there in Goa in the politics for 37 years. Out of 37 years, I have been out only for 5 years. So consider my
32 years?
32 years, and out of 32 years, 30 years in Congress. The Congress never gave me my due share of whatever opportunities I wanted. That is, 34 years they made me minister for about 7 years altogether. It's okay, it's not a big deal for me. I can work without power. But when opportunity comes for the presidency also, nobody recommends my name. I was literally upset that you don't want to reorganize the Congress.
Are there any chances of you going back to Congress now?
I want Congress to be in opposition for next 5 years.
So they'll learn the lesson.
They have to learn the lesson.
And they have to do a lot of cleaning also.
Definitely. Somebody else have to clean the stable. Take the Johnnies out of the Congress.
No, because end of everything, what you will say that I am congressman by heart. So people who are voting for you because you are anti-Congress, they will feel cheated.
No, it is not like that. The decision of 2012 election was very clear. The Congress party is a corrupt party. I was told by people, why didn't you stay as independent MLA? You fought against the Congress, the bad regime of the Congress, and you got a ticket of the Congress and you fought election, and we made you suffer. If the people want Congress to suffer, the Congress has to also learn that lesson and suffer in silence, out of power, and also same time allow somebody to rule. Perhaps they may rule much better. And that is why I want to give a chance to the new generation of what you call a third front, which is making inroad. And I see them as an alternative to Congress and to Modi.
You spoke about Goa Democratic Front. Why not other parties like Aam Aadmi Party or other well-established regional parties in Goa? You started your own political outfit.
Okay. The other regional parties in Goa, less said is better. They are on paper. MGP party is run by two brothers. So it's a family party. It's no longer that MGP. AAP, we were thinking in a big way. But after that fiasco in Delhi, where he slept on the pavements of Delhi and he retrieved because of 26 January, people came to know that they are pure activists. They don't have administrative powers. They don't know what is India. It will take time. So you require somebody who knows India in much better way. That better way, there are so many parties in India. There is a big set of third front parties, Congress and BJP. In that, Goa Democratic Front is a small organization, but it has survived for 5 years. It has done a lot of activities to stall privatization of beaches, privatization of hospital, expansion of Sedagoa. It goes to my credit that people came in large number. So it is there and it is going to be there in Goa. If God willing, it might be permanent feature of Goa politics.
One question is that you started your campaigning with mining as a major issue. You produced estimate committee report of 2008-2009 wherein you had predicted some things which turned true eventually in 10-11.
Big scam.
Big scam. Why you acquired all this well?
No, my report of 2009-10 was adopted by Goa Legislative Assembly. So indications were you take action, right? You fail to take action. You allowed on the contrary much more mining. My budget said that you put transportation cess, green cess on transportation. We collected 1,000 rupees from the mine owners as a transportation. My job as a finance minister was fulfilled. First time one MLA, one finance minister gave the state of Goa 1,000 crore, 11, 12. And then you looted mining, you were the mines minister. And what do I want you me to do? When I was there, from 9, 10, 11, 12, I was talking all the time. My government has failed. So what do you want me to do?
So basically Digambar Kamath failed then.
There was no administration, there was no governor, it was only loot and plunder. Scams after scams.
This was by design or this was...
No, it was by design because he was there for 10 years.
He
failed.
knew?
Yeah, he knew. He was part of it. His brother-in-law was part of it. It is from the family which has come. Everybody knows that Lolekar is made a scapegoat. Who took the chalan from Lolekar, stamped and signed by Lolekar? And who took it and who took money? By tons. Per ton, per metric ton, money was received. This is what Digambar knew. We knew it. Whole Goa knew it. Even Manohar Parrikar.
But you didn't speak at that particular time. You
But
didn't come on the stage.
This is when you are in the Congress party. You can talk of scam. But you can't take names because there is certain rules of discipline which allows us not to just go and make allegations. But today when I am free man, let Digambar Kamath file a defamation case. I am ready to face it.
You are targeting Digambar Kamath. You are not targeting mine owners.
Oh, the mine owners have been targeted by me for a number of years. I am one person who got them rivers to be clean, irrigation minister, I got the channels to be clean, and then they found Mineral Foundation of Goa. It was just because I was putting a lot of things in order. So they said that we'll make our foundation and we will do that work by themselves. They did nothing for Goa. They didn't even made a road for mining in Goa.
You're not asking the money to be recovered from them.
Definitely. There are two mine owners, big mine owners, who are involved in scheme. I can certify that Dempos are not involved. I can certify Salgokars are not involved. Don't ask me about Sera. Don't ask me about Mandekar. Don't ask me about, now you know what it is. So names are there. And it is for them to recover the money from them because these are the people who are, they are not the only one. There are 400 traders. Was Mr. Digambar Kamath sleeping? He was allowing it to happen because system failure.
Mining, you think raising mining issue at this particular time, is it relevant? Because people are talking about rehabilitating people who have lost their livelihood, and you are talking of putting someone in jail, taking action against someone.
No, that is one issue. When I went and toured the Sakri area, consisting of Pudne, Veli, Vege, Usgaon, Pari, Sulla, I was shocked by devastation. It is like, a big road without any vehicle, without any gas station, without any, you can go today from Sakri to Usgaon in 15 minutes. I would have not imagined that some years back. And that is a clean road. But what they are doing? They are doing, a job of having matka slip writing. Some of them are playing cricket and some of them are playing carom board and others are drinking. That is the today's position of mine.
What is your suggestion now?
My suggestion, give them 6 lakhs rupees. A truck costs you about 12 lakhs rupees. 7,000 trucks are there, which you have classified between 1 and 2. 6 into 2 is 12 lakhs rupees. One truck is free. 12 into 7,000. It's about 100 crores. It's a very small amount.
Parrikar is also doing the same thing, no?
No, he is not doing.
He said 150 crores rupees.
Yeah, so he never give it to them. I would have taken money from Lusophonia game, I would have given to them. I would have taken money from Kalvi Bridge, I would have given to them. There has to be will. 2 years you have allowed them to suffer. What are you giving to them? 8,000 rupees a month? Is it enough for family to survive? and houses are mortgaged for another truck. Houses are renovated by bank loan. Everything, if 2 years time it has happened, I'll tell you, third year they'll start committing suicide.
No, you are talking about taking over their loans. But how do they continue earning?
That's a difficult task because 2 years time, Manohar Parrikar did nothing about the letter which we received in Goa from Joint Secretary of Mines and Minerals to put system into action. That's like check and balances, having gates to the mine, then having a system of computerization, tracking of the mine, then loading, unloading of the area, maps of the mine. 11,000 he did nothing, 12,000, 2011 he did nothing, 12 he did nothing. Manohar Parrikar is also slept over that suggestion.
So he has no willingness to start mining.
That is what I am charging him. He wants people to be tightened, their beds to be tightened, and then they will know who is Mr. Parrikar. Very vindictive attitude. Not against the mine owner, not against the Digambar, but maybe against people who are suffering. They are from Bahujan Samaj. People who you stop sand mining, they are the poor people. You stop your stone mining, they are the poor people. Why they suffer? What is wrong with it? I am asking you. What is wrong with the man? Why they want people to suffer? You put entry tax, and here you gave 1,000 rupees, and then you raise the electricity bills, you raise water supply bill, you raise the entry bill, entry tax. You are collecting 4 crores every month, and you are giving those ladies 1 crore. You should have been giving them all the 4 crores if you genuinely wanted to help poor people.
Would you have been able to manage the state without mining revenue if you were finance
Yes,
minister?
absolutely. Mining was never contributing anything to the state government exchequer. Up to 2008, it was 25 crores. He is telling you lies when he tells the mining was running government of Goa. Mine owners were running the government of Goa.
How?
Because they were the lobbies. We were not paying anything to the mine owners. Mine owners were not paying anything to the government. They were paying 25 crores by way of royalty coming from center. Of course, the economy of that area to a large extent depended on the mining activity. And perhaps around 50,000 people were affected, or maybe about 25,000 households. That is a figure.
But the economy also goes down without mining revenue.
Yeah, but not of the government. Economy of people there.
So eventually they don't pay taxes, so you
Yeah,
don't
because if you
collect
consider
back.
like that, Goa's domestic product, the mining is included, which is not correct. Per capita income, mining is included, which is not correct. Our average per capita income may be hardly 30,000 rupees, except mining. So what is that the mining gives to the state of Goa? As a government, nothing.
Okay, one more issue. Mopa Airport. You are supporting Mopa Airport.
Yes.
Eventually, what you are trying to do is that you are putting South Goa people in trouble.
There is no South and North Goa as far as the divide is concerned. My suggestion is, in my manifesto I said, you put a highway from Mopa Airport to Kankona. You will reach in 40 minutes. I can assure you. On the Konkan railway route, 4-lane road or 6-lane road, you will be able to drive at 120 speed. 120 will reach you to Kankon in 1 hour, to Madgaon in 40 minutes. That is what I am saying. You should have vision, you should have direction. You are creating a lobby which thinks that they can stall this airport. This airport cannot be stalled.
But you alone, what you can do? Even if you get elected to parliament, you don't have a
You
lobby.
think that Dayanand Narvekar cannot stop the parliament?
How
One man
person-
can do it.
How
What
do-
they will do to me?
How do you stop a parliament?
I put my demand before the speaker, and for an airport, in Bombay you have got 2 airports. Nagpur you have got 1. Chippi in Sindhudurga is having an airport. Why not Goa? One beautiful international airport has to come because Daboli is a navy airport. Politician has tried to sabotage expansion of Navy. Daboli will continue as civilian airport for domestic flight, Bombay, Goa. But all international flight has to go there.
Okay, one more important point is dual citizenship. What is your thinking on the entire issue now?
I don't know why India government has not taken it seriously. They have been promising people of Indian origin, they will get dual citizenship. Goa requires it. I am born as a Portuguese citizen. So do I get punished if I take a Portuguese passport? I want to travel in that country for tourism purpose because my entry will be free, not restricted. That's all. But civilian right will be protected, not the political right.
But is there any within legal framework? Can you work out a solution for this?
Definitely, I will move a bill where the constitution, which talks about the citizenship issue, you can always amend it. You can also amend the passport. And I think Government of India is ready because everywhere there is a pressure on Government of India to do a dual citizenship or what is known as special facility of people of Indian origin, which also applies to the people of Portuguese origin.
Okay, we have very less time, so I just want to ask you one more question. Bravi Naik says that he bought housewares as MP LED fund. Sripad Naik claims that he has built community halls. And then you are talking about certain schemes that what people want, I will give. How do you actually find out what people want?
I think Hersven is, your ambulance is doing a lot of work. I think all that Hersvens are closed, to be very specific. They were never maintained by MP LED fund.
Okay, leave that. But what is your...
What I am saying that you do something which can be seen somewhere. Like for example, clock towers. Every city will have a clock tower. This is my broad idea. As a leader, I have to suggest Panji, Mapsa, Madgaon, in the village, where everybody can see what is the time. They can run, they can catch a bus. It should be working, functional, like what you have in international cities. They always have a clock tower around which the whole scenario works.
But how will your fund help people to earn, people to...
These are the works of government. These are the work of panchayat. You have got Narvekar scheme where you can earn. MPLAD fund is a contractor's fund.
Because everyone wants now jobs, everyone wants the money to come at home. And
no, because jobs you have to do. Mopa Airport will generate 20,000 jobs. About 4,000 taxis will come. Then you will get drivers, then you will get conductors, buses will be about 500. Then you will have employees like air hostess. We have got beautiful girls, English speaking people. So what is wrong? They will come in large number.
This is one Mopa Airport. Which are the facilities?
Yeah, for example, if you have biotech industry with the special status, you get 35% subsidy. You have green industries like pharma, biotech, IT. They will come running here. You have a mass population here, which will give them this job. So I am looking at the vision that over a period of 5 years, if you have special status, along with 35% subsidy in excise, you will be rocking the state with lot of green industries coming. And perhaps my target of 40,000 jobs in 5 years will be established and I will fight for it.
But that's a state government job, no?
No. When you have 35% scheme of excise duty exemption, when you grant a special status, it is the green industries which will come by themselves. State government has nothing to do except registration as a industry.
Okay, one issue, last issue maybe, special status. Congress never did anything. You are part of the Congress again. You never did. Now you realize that you have to get a special
No, this was always on the card. Because when Himachal Pradesh got a special status some 10 years back, there was a delegation led by Congress.
That is for taxation purpose.
Yeah, for 35% of this. But the amount of land which has been purchased by foreigners or Delhi fellows and others has been mind-boggling. I think 10% or 15% land has been gone. And the real estate sharks are politicians who brought these players inside and they devastated Goa. For last 10 years, the devastation of Goa has been done by politicians.
Is there anything left now, right, to that we can save?
Definitely. Your orchard land is there, farmlands are there, then your domers are there, means hillocks are there. They're still okay. That's Goa. And some land and some houses which are ancestral houses.
Okay, one last question which I think you would like to talk about. How sure that you are going
Ah.
to win these elections?
See, one thing I can tell you, I will cross 1 lakh mark, 1 lakh voters mark. I expect not more than 3 lakhs voting in North Goa because always voting is less. I have moved my entire symbol in all the houses by now. I have been able to penetrate in all the areas of Goa, in 40 out of 20 constituencies. I have been able to penetrate almost in 19 constituencies. Tomorrow is my last day. And I work from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night, canvassing for. I think my mobility, my approach has been very simple. It is a friendly approach. And I have been received with happy smiles. That's the indication Dayanand Narvekar will rock the state with more than 1 lakh voters. And I am ready to bet with you or anybody, any amount,
Not
that
less
I
than
will,
1 lakh.
yes, 1 lakh and above. And that is the winning votes. I am not going to tell you 5,000 votes or 10,000. It can be any amount because AAP is taking a lot of votes of BJP. Take it into that consideration. And I have virtually finished Ravi Naik. So that is today's situation. Ravi Naik is gone with the drugs. Gone with the winds and drugs forever. Let's close that chapter of drugs with Ravi Naik and forget him. And Sripad Naik, for 15 years, never opened his mouth in the parliament. He opened it for eating the 50% subsidized food. So people have decided to give him rest. That is, I am confident, as confident as anything.
Okay, this was Dayanand Narvekar, independent candidate contesting from North Goa constituency on his kite symbol. He is quite confident that he will get more than 1 lakh votes in this constituency, which is actually a winning margin. He says that he left Congress because he was cornered, he was ignored, and to a certain extent he felt that some people in Congress were hijacking this party to an extent wherein it is irreversible for it to come back to be a very good party. He says that Manar Parrikar government, he gave 2 years for it to perform, and finally when he realized that nothing is happening, he jumped back into the politics. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Goa, being patient with me for so many years. I want a promotion. I just want to leave Goa and perform myself in Delhi.
Okay, thank you very much. You're watching Hot Seat. Keep watching HC.